See, I told you guys. I told you all. I play games that aren't Sonic. This is a little mixed mash of a bunch of games I bought on my fresh new PS5. Just kind of reviewing them all in one go, seeing how it goes, and well, what's that noise? Spelunky is a randomly generated roguelike platformer game, which is hard as fuck. This game is punishing and crazy, and it's fun and awesome. It's like Stockholm Syndrome, if it was awesome. Every single time you think a run is going well, it will always stop you dead in the tracks, look at you dead in the eyes, and say, you are dead. Oh god. This game has so many funny shenanigans that honestly, it feels infinitely replayable, which I don't say that about many games, especially roguelikes. If anything, I critique them harder because you're expected to play them over and over.
Oh my god, what was he cooking?
Spelunky takes its concept and pushes it to its absolute furthest. It is almost exactly what you would expect and want from a game like this, and its art style keeps it from aging almost at all. It's a challenging yet addicting game that will always have you coming back for more, because, you know, it's hard. Spelunky gets an 8 out of 10 for me. Pretty fun, same with the sequel, play them both. Yeah. Spider-Man 2 helped me fulfill my primal urges of swinging around and beating shit up. This is the game I got with my PS5 and also bought a PS5 4, and I gotta say, pretty good first impression, all things considered. Insomniac Games, the company who made this game, is fucking on another level in terms of technical innovation. Like, dude, this is a game that would not have been able to run on last-gen consoles. Everything in this game is just so fluid. I mean, look at this cutscene. It's rendering the entirety of the city, like all at once. No loading screens. There are no loading screens for this game in general, like at all. You could travel from one point on the map to the other at the flick of a hat. And you don't even want to because the game's so fun to swing around and do nothing with. This game takes great advantage of the DualShock controller. I mean, like, I really feel the tension in the webs whenever I'm swinging on them. And it's really hard to describe without feeling it yourself, but it really makes you feel like you're breaking a rock with your bare hands.
Whoa, it felt like I was breaking a boulder.
The swinging in this game is so fucking fun. Honestly, you're just zip-zopping around, going everywhere crazy fast, just leaping over buildings. It makes this game. It made the last two games, but it especially makes this game. Meanwhile, the story of the game is a noticeable downgrade from the past two. It's just not as investing. There's not as much happening, yet there's also more, and it's not as cool. It's weird. It's still a good story in my eyes, but it's just, you know, a downgrade. In this game, the combat is just fucking worse. I'm gonna be real. There's not as much gadgets as the first game, and you just feel like you're not playing as Spider-Man at all. Like, you still feel like you're playing as Miles when you're playing as Miles, but when you're playing as Spider-Man, you sort of expect him to not have these super alien abilities and super mechanical arms, you know? Which is such a weird comment because the entire praise of the last game was how the last game made you feel like Spider-Man. The game's still amazing. It just has those two very large parts of it be a noticeable downgrade from the past two. And even then, I still think this is my favorite one of the trilogy, just because the web swinging is way funner, and I mean like way funner. This game takes advantage of the hardware. It's a fun Spider-Man game. If you like Spider-Man, you will pick this game up already, but, you know, just do it. Spider-Man 2 gets an 8.5 from me. I don't normally do decimals, but I feel like the story and combat kind of stop it from being a 9.
On the flip side of all that goody shit, you know, there's a small indie game, a bit larger in scale though, a bit more dramatic. What was its name? Battle of the Fossils? No. It was what was it? It was Shadow of the Colossus, right. Your Honor, I want him sent to the principal's office and have him expelled!
Shadow of the Colossus is a remake of a remaster of a PS2 game that released in 2000 something. I don't remember. Point is, this game is technically ass old. And that brings up a few problems, like how this game feels empty as fuck. If you're not fighting monsters, you're walking on a horse. It's super janky with certain parts of climbing, and it's a pretty darn short game. Not even that that's a bad thing. Honestly, the shorter the game, the more likely I'll actually complete it. But the areas this game excels at is insane, especially for when this game came out. It feels like this is one of the first just ginormous games that went for a different type of scale than most AAA games at the time. Because it really was one of the first AAA open world games of this scale. No other one has a world this big, even if there's jack shit to do in it. And you probably heard from earlier already, but this game's music is on another fucking level. And also just the scale of these fucking monsters that are ginormous and you gotta climb all over them. I don't know. There's something about this game that just can't really be matched. I have a lot less to say about this one because I'm a lot less further in it and I can't really experience a lot of it in the first 3 bosses, but hang on, this game kind of reminds me of something. What does it remind me of? Climbing up giant monsters to reach the top of their head.
It's just Sonic Frontiers, I swear to God! It's just Sonic Frontiers, I swear to fucking God. It's just Sonic. It's just... Look it, you're climbing up this giant... Oh my God, this is... Shadow of the Colossus stole from Sonic. I can't believe it.
Shadow of the Colossus gets a I stole from Sonic Frontiers out of 10. Fuck you, Shadow of the Colossus. More like Shadow of the Colossus plagiarism. So the real burning question is, should you buy a PS5 for that hit exclusive you want? Well, the real question is, do you have $500 and can I have it?